podcast, So Sweet Violet. My name's Jules, and this is my podcast mostly about knitting. There's also some sewing today, and just general bits and bobs, really. This is episode 30, so I'm finally out of the 20s, which is good. And today is the 5th of April, and it is a sunny day. We haven't had many of those lately, I can tell you. It has done nothing but rain. After the snow, which was lovely for a while, it decided to rain and rain and rain and rain and rain. Today is absolutely beautiful, and it's just glorious sunshine out there and blue skies. So after this podcast, I'll be going outside to repot some houseplants in the sunshine. That'll be bliss. Anyway, what do I need to say? After 30 episodes, you'd think I'd have this down. You can find me in lots of places, all of which you can find the links below. Okay, is that everything I need to start with? I think it is. Okay, so let's crack on. There's somebody turning around in our drive and they're really noisy. Finished things. Okay, I have 2 finished things today. First up are my Cyril socks. These are so pretty. This is a pattern by the very lovely and very clever Danny, who is Little Bobbins, who you all know. And this is her Cyril sock, which is I talked about it last podcast. It's the first in a collection of 3 patterns, which are all designed around her engagement ring, which was inscribed with Cyril and Rita. And actually the Rita sock has since been released. I haven't started it yet, but I'm itching to, because Danny is a knitting goddess, and I just have to knit all of her patterns. So this is the Cyril sock, and as you can see, the lovely pattern which represents I think the diamonds or the setting of her engagement ring. It has a lovely, what's that called? A eye of partridge heel, I think, and a square heel turn, which is really nice. And I followed the pattern, and guess what? It's not even a whirlwind toe. Miracles do happen. And also, I must mention these bunny blockers, because I get asked so much, but these are my favourite blockers. Not that I actually block socks. When I wash my socks, I literally just wash them and lay them in the air and cupboard to dry. I don't really like to block my socks when they're wet, because I feel they stretch a bit, especially the cuff, and I like to have that bit of give in it. So yeah, that's how I dry my socks. Blockers are just for my podcast, just to look pretty. Oops, and look at that bunny, she does look pretty. And these are made by Ainsworth and Prynne, and you can find them on the, is it the Knitting Shed? It's the Knitting Shed. I'll put links in my blog where you'll find all the notes for this podcast. So here is the other one. So we have 2 bunnies and 2 socks. These were knit out of the wool barn yarn from lovely Maya. She does do the loveliest colours. And this colourway is Ma. It's a really pretty colourway. I don't think she does this anymore, but she may do, I guess. It's so pretty. Anyway, so that's, oh, hello. Anyway, that is my first finished object. I have a bit of a tricky back today, so I'm trying not to move too quickly or too much. I've got a heat pad on it, trying to calm it down, but I've got a few back problems, but in my lower spine I have a dodgy disc, and sometimes it kind of pops out a bit, and it feels very bit nervy today down my leg and everything, so I need to get another physio appointment, I think. So it's causing me a bit of pain, but we'll crack on and we'll forget that. Okay, oh, you're seeing a sneaky peek, I think. So my second finished thing is from this book, and this book is an absolute delight. I can't tell you, it is the loveliest book I've seen in a very long time, and I'm not saying that lightly. It is beautiful. And this book is by Simone Gooding, who is Simone Gooding on Instagram. And we've been chatting on and off for quite a while. She's a really lovely lady, and she contacted me to ask if I'd like to join in on her blog hop to publicise her new book. And wow, it was so lovely. I was really excited. So of course I said yes. And there's quite a lot of us. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see a post. I think it has a picture of this book, and below it is a link to all amazing people who also took part in this blog hop. Although I'm calling it Instagram and podcast hop because I don't really blog anymore. But anyway, you'll see a list of all the people, and the things they've made are so amazing. Anyway, we could choose whatever we liked out of this book, and I chose, let me find her. Oh, Thistle. Oh look, she's so adorable. So I chose Thistle, and not only are there instructions to make Thistle the bunny, she also has accessories, and that for me is just so exciting. So I haven't made all of the accessories, but it's very hard actually. Don't know where you are. She has a bag and a coat and a dress and wrist warmers. And also in her bag, which is adorable, she has a little radish. It's so cute. Anyway, so I went about making Thistle. And here is my Thistle. So adorable. Look at those ears. Oh, she is cute. But look at this cute thing. A little bun tail. A little bunny tail is so absolutely adorable. And her little legs move. They're stitched through with a long doll needle, so you go all the way through, all the way back, and just through and back a few times. And her arms are the same, and they move too. And well, she needed a dress, and well, it had to be Liberty, in the prettiest Liberty fabric, which she had to have. It's her spring dress. Oh, hello, Boo. Mabel's come to say hello. Where are you, darling? She'll be in my bin in a minute, probably making a mess. Anyway, this is adorable Thistle. Oh, she's so sweet. And she sits. That's not very ladylike, Thistle. Let's cover that bit up. And she sits. Just cute. I love her. I really do. She's gorgeous. And all the animals are made out of wool felt, so it makes it quite easy because there's no fraying or anything. So she needs a coat, she needs a bag, she needs a radish because Thistles obviously love a radish, and she needs some wrist warmers. So I shall be doing that soon. I've printed out the pattern and everything, but I just want to show you a couple more pictures from this book. Because it's so, honestly, I can't speak highly enough. Look at this little snail in a snail house. The camera wants to focus on me and not the lovely book. I mean, how cute. If I show you the back as well, you'll see some of the little gorgeous things. Look at that fox with a beret. Oh my goodness, it is absolutely, and look at this, the bear here with a little basket on his back and a little girl in it. Oh, it's just beyond words cute. I hope I'm not going on too much, but I love it so much. Oh, there's a hedgehog. Do you want to see the hedgehog? It's called Purslane the Hedgehog. In a sleigh. You can make the sleigh as well. Amazing. So, yes, that was exciting. So Thistle is going to be sitting, I think I'm going to sit her up there. You see that light there? It's actually a little mouse holding a light bulb, but it's so bright you can't really see the little mouse. I think I'm going to get a slightly lower wattage bulb so that you can see the little mousey sitting there. But Thistle is going to join him, I think. So that's everything for finished things, but I do have quite a lot of in the making. So I think we'll move on. My new camera only records for 16 minutes at a time, so I have to be on it. Anyway, I forgot to show you my mug, didn't I? It just so happens to be a new mug. So pretty. It's got a little pattern inside the rim. And Pete and I went to Ireland near Kilkenny. Was it a couple of weekends ago? I think it must have been about that. We had such a lovely time. I'll put a little bit of footage in at the end of this podcast. I didn't record much, to be honest. I think I recorded a little bit in the castle grounds, and what else did I record? I'm sure there was something else. And also on the way home, we went into this amazing kind of a lifestyle store and called Avoca. And I'm sure lots of you have heard of it, but oh my goodness, it really blew my mind. It is the prettiest shop in the world. And it was amazing. I was naughty. We walked in, and on the table, just as you walk in, was this beautiful, I guess it's a lamp, but it's all hand-blown glass baubles all joined together. I'll put a picture in here or a little video or something so you can see. And it was quite a lot of money. And I thought, it's so lovely, so beautiful. I thought, blow it. I'm going to buy that. I worked really hard and I'm going to buy it. And I did. And I had it shipped over. A couple of the baubles actually broke in its travel. And I kind of expected that, to be honest, that it wouldn't kind of completely arrive in one piece. I thought maybe it might have a slight damage, but I was willing to take that risk because I just loved it so much. Anyway, I was talking about my mug, wasn't I? So this is from a lovely Irish pottery and potter called Nicholas Moss. And they had a lovely old, what was it, an old pottery studio or something? It was a massive, maybe it was a mill. I think it was a mill actually. And I think it was 2 floors and they just had so much gorgeous pottery. I did buy another mug too, which I'm just confessing to on here. But isn't that beautiful? So along with my beautiful light, this is my Irish souvenir and I love it. And inside I'm drinking, I think I have 2 or 3 more little pots of David's tea left from my advent calendar, and I've been saving them because I don't want to run out. So this is, I get 3 cups out of 1 pot, so I think that's quite good going. And this is the last of my caramel shortbread. It's so yummy. So yes, that's my cup and my drink. Right, in the making. Okay, I'm going to show you the biggest thing first. You may remember, did I show, not sure, did I show my Glenfiddich cardigan on my last podcast? I think I probably did. Anyway, I just wasn't happy with it. I'd done it fine. It'd been really, really hard to start this cardigan, and it took me a few attempts. But I got the top of the back done to the armholes, and then one front nearly to the armholes, which was kind of joined on. It just took so much of my brain power, and it was putting me off knitting in general, I think. It felt like that. So after hours and hours of work for a small amount of knitting, I decided to frog it. I had some help on Instagram because I put out a little request of what to do because I just needed your help. And I think the majority vote was to, if you're not happy, to frog it and do something you are happy with. A few lovely people told me maybe to wash and block it because it just looks so small as well. And but even if I did that, I decided that it was still putting me off knitting, and I was in a real knitting slump, and I just didn't want to knit anything. I wasn't enjoying my socks. I certainly wasn't enjoying my cardigan. So it got frogged, which was quite uplifting actually. And I left it a few days because I just didn't want to knit. I don't know, I just had this bad feeling about knitting. So that was a lesson learned. But anyway, after a few days of grumbling to myself and thinking, will I ever want to knit again? I know it's not long, but it was a shock to feel like that. I decided to cast on, oopsie, it's in black and white there, I don't know if you can see. This is the Belled cardigan. It's a strange name, isn't it, Belled? And it's by Chic Knits. And it's just a simple cardigan. It has no buttons. And it was actually pictured in a gorgeous yellow colour, which almost told me that this was the right thing to do. So I've got quite far. I've done all the way down. I've done the armholes. I've started, let me show you the lovely eyelet pattern. Started the eyelet pattern. Oh, isn't this yarn the loveliest colour? There's the eyelet pattern. Oh, look at this beautiful bee. Let me see if I can show you. This sweet little bee. Look at that. And that's sent to me by my gorgeous friend Susan, who's been so sweet to me. Ah, the little glass bee, so cute. Anyway, so this is my belt and I'm really enjoying it. And it's knit out of John Arvin Knit by Numbers in KBN 53, which is the loveliest, I don't really know how to describe this colour, but it's not showing quite right there. It's more yellow, but it is a really buttery, there's not a word for this colour. I can't think of a word for this colour, but it's beautiful. Oh, love it. I have been enjoying knitting on that, and I learnt to do a provisional cast on, so that was quite fun. And this is in the most gorgeous bag, and look at this gorgeous bag. It's so cute. Look at that little bunny cross stitch. This was sent to me by my lovely friend Nikki, who is Lupin Lane on Instagram. Look, it has a little lavender sachet, and it even has my name on a label. That's just so lovely. And the sweet little stitch marker here. No, it's a progress keeper. Oops, it's a progress keeper actually. See it? Ah, oh, so cute. And Nikki is actually going to be opening her own Etsy shop soon. And this bag is beautiful, so I'd keep an eye out for her. Okay, my second in the making is, oh yes, I've got 4 bags here and I can't remember what's in each bag, so it's kind of a surprise for me as well as you. Okay, let me get a sock walker. Oops, sorry Thistle. Thistle's taken a tumble. Oops. Oh, I need a drink. Yummy. Okay, keep it secret. Okay, these are pretty. I'm just making it presentable for you. These are my drippity drop socks. My lovely friend Kay, who is Kay of the Bakery Bear fame, who is the loveliest lady. She has the heart of gold. She's an angel and I love her. So she gave me this pattern to try out, and look at it, isn't that the prettiest? I'm going to get it nice and close so you can see the lovely stitch pattern. How pretty is that pattern? It's really addictive, and it has a lovely Ive partridge heel, and it also has, very similar to the toe that I always love to do, which is the whirlwind toe. This is Kay's umbrella toe, and I love it. It's so nice. What was I going to say? And it's just so nice. Oh, it's pretty. And I've started the next one as well. There we go. Pretty as that. And the yarn, isn't this the prettiest colour, honestly? The yarn is by Lovely Beth, who is Beehive Yarns, and it's so pretty. This is Cuckoo Flower, and it's part of the Flower Power Fund. So each month a different dyer dyes a yarn in a flower colourway, and then I think with these £2 or £3 per skein then goes to the Marie Curie Cancer Fund, which is such an amazing cause. And I think Beth, by selling this, raised like 900 something, so just under £1,000. I mean, that is incredible. And that's just ladies, maybe some men, buying yarn. So we're getting this beautiful yarn and we're being able to raise money for such an incredible cause. I just think it's such a brilliant idea by Sarah, and she's done such amazing work. People like her deserve to be treasured. I mean, it's a lot of work, and it's amazing. So isn't that a pretty colour? Ah, this month I think it's lovely Kelly from Lay Family Yarns. Yes, it is. So I'm so excited to see what colour she came up with. I wish so much that I'd collected them all, because in the beginning it was Tracy from Nora George, did her Snowdrop colourway. Then, oh my goodness, who did the second round? Oh, the name escapes me. I think that was Hellebore. It was so pretty. Why I didn't get it, I have no idea. So I'm quite cross about that. But anyway, that's my drippity drop pattern. No, that is my drippity drop sock. The cat, oh my goodness, maybe I should just give up today. The pattern is by Kay of the Bakery Bears, and it's lovely. I highly recommend it. I did go up to a 72 stitch count for these because I started them and because they've got slip stitches, I always find this with slip stitch patterns, they're much tighter. So I just unpicked it and cast on for 72, and I think I used 2.25. But I think I could have got away with a 2 actually, because they're a tiny bit loose. I mean, no, they're probably not really, they're probably perfect actually. But it's a beautiful pattern. I'd highly recommend this. In fact, I highly recommend all of Kay's patterns. Everything she does is so perfect, like the picking up the stitches after you've done the heel and things like that. She is spot on. And these are housed in my sweet bag. Oops. from Lee, who is Luli. And we did a swap, and look how gorgeous that is. It's quite a while ago now. So, oh look, it kind of matches me today. That's such a lovely bag. So that, well, they are my drippity drop socks. Okay, next bag. What's this one going to be? Who knows? Oh yes, oh yes. This is going to be the K show, I think. This pattern is also by K. Whoops. Oh, sneak peek. Oh, look at that pretty yarn. Oh. Okay, first off, let's talk about the pattern. These are dandelion socks by Kay Jones again. They're so pretty. It's a great way to use self-striping, adding a little bit of interest, because for me, a plain vanilla sock doesn't cut it. And also, actually, I'm okay with self-striping, but I do like to add a little something somewhere just to keep me entertained. Can you see the lovely pattern? It reminded Kay of like dandelion. What are they? Like the little fairy bits that come off the dandelion seeds when they blow away. Has a lovely garter stitch short row heel. Show you that. And it also will have Kay's umbrella toe. I also knit these. I've been trying out different stitch counts and different needle sizes. So I'm knitting these on 72 stitches again on a 2mm needle. I'm just trying it out, because I do find on socks that don't have a heel flap and the gusset, I think the gusset is the big difference. They can be a bit tight across here. So I'm just, not majorly tight, but I'm just trying to find my perfect sock. But look at that yarn, it's so pretty. And the yarn is part of my gorgeous sparkly friend, Amy, who's the little tailoress, as part of her Stripy Sock Club. Look how pretty that is. Again, the yellow's not showing up quite as bright. Do you know, I had the webcam before and that didn't like green, and my camera doesn't like yellow. Never mind. So Amy did a 3-month stripy yarn sock club, and it also came with, well, with the colour that's on the floor, but I don't want to bend down and pick it up because of my back. But it had the lovely yellow as the contrast colour, and it's so pretty. Amy, everything Amy touches has a little bit of magic in it, and she's just lovely. She's a lovely, lovely friend of mine, and I feel blessed she's in my life. So anyway, these are my dandelion socks. Oh, this colourway is called Crocus, by the way. So that's my second in the making. I'm going to tidy up as I go. I'm going to put that on the floor. Okay, next up, oh, okay, this is still the K show, everybody. And why shouldn't it be? K is adorable. Okay. The lovely lady that she is, Mrs. K again from the Bakery Bears, sent me a little gift of a little bundle of minis. Let's find the label. Oh, I not got it. Okay, I don't think I have the label, but a gorgeous little bundle of minis, and she'd called them fat-free Easter eggs, which was brilliant. So I decided to cast them on for my Easter socks, and look at this. Oh, they're not ready yet. Oh, look at those colours. And I don't know if you're familiar with them in other parts of the country, but here in the UK, we have Cadbury's mini eggs, and they're kind of chocolate with a sugar coating on the outside. And these are the exact colours of those mini eggs, and I love them. So I thought, oh, I think it needs some chocolate for the contrast. And quite by fluke, the lovely Kay, the lovely lady she is, had sent me a few minis prior to these, and one of them was this milk chocolate colour. And how amazing does that look? So you've got chocolate heel and toe and all the Easter egg colours. Oh, I love it so much. I followed the drippity drop pattern for the actual shape. So I did cuff down, 10 rows of each colour. Basically, I copied Kay because she had made a pair of scrappy socks and I thought, brilliant, Kay's done all the work for me. She's fantastic, so I'm just going to follow her. So I did 10 rows of each colour. I followed the drippity drop sock pattern. So this is the umbrella toe again, and it is so like the whirlwind toe, and it's great for knitting cuff down. So I have like umbrella toe for cuff down and a whirlwind toe for toe up. Do I need to say anything else about those? I knit them on 2.25. I think that's it. Oh, and I knit my yarn ends in as I go. Let me see if I can show you the inside. I showed a little video of how I do this in one of my Vlogmas episodes. And when I showed it, I tied a knot, but I've been doing it without tying a knot. Oops, let me take my ring off. And it seems to work really well. Okay, so this area down here is where the new yarn and the old yarn finished and started, if you know what I mean. And I just knit it in for maybe 8 stitches, something like that. And so these ends, I'll just snip them off now. I'll leave a tiny bit, like ½ centimetre or something, but it works really well and you've got no weaving in to do, or hardly any. There might be an odd one around the heel or something that might need a little bit. And obviously this top one where you cast on needs weaving in, but before that would have made me think, oh my goodness, I don't mind at all. It's such a good way of doing it. So they are my, I don't know, I call them possibly my Easter egg socks. And I think I only have one more. Sorry, that was quite close, wasn't it? I think I only have one more in the making. I'm just going to have a quick drink. I feel like I'm going blah, 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 blah today. So sunny outside. It's lovely. Oh, I must show you my necklace actually. I hope you don't mind my scatty way of podcasting. It's just how my brain works and it's easier to go with it than not. I'll show you my necklace. I feel like I'm putting my boobs basically in your face, so sorry about that. I just wanted to show you my necklace. It's so cute. Honestly, it looks like I'm addicted to bunnies, but I'm not really. I do love them, but I love all cute things. It just so happens that lots of them seem to be bunnies, but isn't she pretty? It looks like a little Victorian lady bunny with her long dress. So sweet. And I got this in Ireland. It's by a company called And Mary, and they do the sweetest things like cufflinks, animal drawn knobs, and loads of necklaces. I think they do earrings. It's very sweet. Anyway, I must show you my last in the making. Moving a bit gingerly here. My friend asked me if I'd make some kind of wrist or hand warmers for her daughter who's 8, and she liked blue and purple, and I had some Regia and what's the other one? This is Head Over Heels in the colourway 3103. So I thought that's kind of blue and purple. And I also had this Regia, just kind of a mid blue I'd say. And I decided to stripe them. And this is the first one. It's just a tube. I'll put it on so you can see. It does look tiny, but actually it fits me just. It's a bit tight, but there we go. So it's basically literally a tube with a little thumb entrance. So I think for a little 8-year-old, well, she's 7, I think she's 8, they'll be perfect size. So I'm knitting the other one, and this one is slightly more purple. I'm hoping she'll like the difference between the two mitts, because you can see this one's a bit more greeny. So I cast on, let me think, 52 stitches, and I just did the cuff one by one, twisted rib. And then I just alternated the skeins every row. And I think I'm knitting them on 2.25 as well. So yeah, they're just pretty basic. It's basically like a leg of a sock. And then I just leave a gap for the thumb and just carry on a little way and a bit more rib. So they're really simple and easy. I'm not finding them particularly enjoyable, probably for that reason, but they'll be done soon, and I'm sure the little gal will love them. Even though spring is nearly here, but never mind. There's always next year, and there'll be winters forever, won't there? Magical arrivals. Okay, so I bought the skein of cuckoo flower from Beehive Yarns, which is part of the Flower Power Fund that I was talking about before. And I also bought 2 in DK as well, because I just love the colour so much. And this again is Beth's cuckoo flower colourway. And I thought it makes such a lovely cowl. So I'm quite excited about that. I've got 2 of those. The label's jumped off of this one, but so pretty. I saw this colourway and I thought, oh my goodness, I need everything in this. So exciting. Ah, chatty. Okay, so another magical arrival is this. Oh, my lovely, gorgeous girl, Bryony, my sweet bee, as I call her, finished this off. I say finished it. Let's start from the beginning. I bought both Bryony and myself a printed fabric of this design from Threadfolk in, I think it's Australia. And it was all printed on here, and there was a colour guide, but these are the colours I chose. Bryony finished hers quite quickly, because there's a lot of work here, you see. All those little stitches. She finished hers quite quickly and absolutely loved it. And I don't know why, I just wasn't really enjoying it. I like the colours, I love the actual design, I think it's beautiful. I just wasn't enjoying it, so it gets kind of put to one side. And then when Bryony finished hers, she said, oh, I could just do this forever, Mum. So I'm like, oh, would you like to finish mine? And she jumped at the chance. Anyway, she finished it and gave it to me for Mother's Day, and it's the most beautiful Mother's Day present ever. Ah, look at the little people. Where are they? Let me show you close up. The little people. So lovely in the little house up here. And she finished it off absolutely perfectly. Isn't that beautiful how she's done that? She's felt with blanket stitch. She's a clever girl. And also a very lovely girl. So this will be treasured. I'd love to go on that path with a nice straw hat on. Ah, wandering away up to that little cottage. Wouldn't it be lovely to live there? I love it so much, it's beautiful. And I love Bryony so much too, and she's very beautiful also. I also received this absolutely beautiful skein of yarn from my lovely friend Di, who is an angel. Isn't it beautiful? Look at those colours. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this is part of her Famous 5 range, and this is Julian. I feel a bit terrible saying this, but I don't really know anything about Famous 5. I feel like it passed me by. I wasn't much of a reader as a child, but I I feel like I need to catch up on all those classics, really. Is that silly to do that as an adult? Guess not. I guess I could do what I want, really. I think I will. Yeah, I wasn't much of a reader. I'm a bit dyslexic. I struggled at school with reading in my early days. I can read fine now, but I have trouble with numbers. And actually, on numbers, I've got to do my counts tomorrow, and that is my worst job. Honestly, it's my worst job ever. I'd clean toilets, I'd clean drains, but I go to the dentist. I might even go to the dentist if someone would do my accounts for me. That's how bad. Anyway, the lovely die sent me this beautiful skein, which I think I'm going to use it for my Rita socks, the lovely Danny's pattern. It's so pretty. And dye is Elm Tree Yarns. And this is her Superwash Merino Nylon blend, which is 75/25. And as I said before, it's Julian from Famous Five. It's so pretty. Diane is the loveliest lady, and she dyes prettiest colours. And also, there's a one for you too. Slightly different colour, but I'll show that in a little while. Giveaway winners. Okay, so last time on my podcast, I opened up a giveaway from you. A lovely Erin from Holland Handmade sent both myself some yarn and some yarn for you. And what I'm going to say is, I think this community we have, this crafty community, is the most loving place I think there is. It's just, people are so kind, so generous, so free with their advice and kindness. And so Erin, I mean, how lovely. She sent 2 full skeins of yarn, 2 packs of minis, so 1 each for me, 1 each for you. It's just the loveliest thing to do. She's such a sweet lady, and she has a lovely podcast too. So anyway, I have 2 of her lovely things to give away. And I asked you all to go to Ravelry and tell me what your favourite flower is. She also sent these. So pretty. Gorgeous colours. Sprinkle. And I am just about to announce 2 winners. There'll be a surprise which prize you win. Pop that in there so it doesn't crinkle so much. And the first winner is number 62, and that is Erin, which makes me giggle because the lady who dyed the yarn is an Erin, and she is in the USA, and her favourite flowers are daisies. So congratulations, Erin. And the second winner was number 38, which is Shirley, also from the USA, and her favourite flower is the peony. So I'm going to put both your names on the screen here, your Ravelry usernames, and please contact me with your details, full name and address, and I'll get those prizes off to you. So thank you so much for taking part. Thank you, Erin, for the lovely donation. And so exciting, yes. So get in touch with me, however you like, really. Instagram or Ravelry is probably best. And if I don't hear from you in a few days, I'll be in touch with you because you've won the prize and I'd like it to go to you. So we have a new giveaway now, and I just showed you the lovely yarn from Di, who's Elm Tree Yarns, and she also sent this gorgeous colourway, and I could choose. Wow, it was very hard because I love them both. This one is Anne from her Famous Five collection. And again, it's her 75/25 blend of Superwash Merino Nylon. And it's on a soft grey mauve base with little bits of yellow and blush pink and blue. It's beautiful. So I'm going to add a thread in Ravelry with a question, which I have no idea what it's going to be just yet. So if you'd like to be in with a chance to win this beauty from Di from Elm Tree Yarns, just go over there, answer the question, and I'll draw a winner on my next podcast. But I have to say, I've used Di's yarn before, and it's really, really beautiful yarn. So thank you so much, Di. I also have another prize to give away, and this is a pattern from the lovely Molly, who is Molly Klein Design, of her new shawl pattern, which is called Mondays at the Library. It's a lovely triangular shawl, crochet, so that's a change for me. So it's a crocheted shawl, and it looks so pretty, and it looks, excuse me, it looks nice and relaxing to do, not too taxing. So yeah, so thank you, Molly, for that. And I'll open a separate thread in Ravelry, so there'll be one for the yarn and one for the pattern. So please enter as you would like. I don't know the questions, as I said, because I haven't thought ahead. But yeah, please answer my question in there, and I'll draw a winner for both of those lovely prizes on my next podcast. Shop news. There isn't a huge amount of shop news at the moment. I don't have anything going in just yet, but I have so many exciting plans. I have another new pin in the making, which is my favourite. It stole my heart, and when I show you, you'll know why. That should be due in about 2 or 3 weeks. I've also ordered some more of my logo pins and lovebird pins because they completely sold out. Actually, I found 3 of my logo pins just this morning, so I've added them to my shop, but that's all I've got at the moment, and they'll be a bit longer. They may be another month before they're in. I've also designed my advent bag. So yes, all those questions, I will be doing an advent calendar this year. I showed a sneaky peek of it yesterday on my Instagram feed, and the bag is all packaged up now, and I'm sending it off to my lovely, lovely Tracy, who is Nora George, who is going to be making the yarn as part of the advent kit. This year is going to be 12 days of Christmas, not 24. I have so many ideas buzzing around in my mind. My head is so busy. It's so exciting. So yes, I'm doing advents. I'm not going to be listing them until at least July. So relax. You don't have to worry about that. And I will announce on probably my podcast and definitely Instagram when that will be. I've got other products in the making as well. This week's been about designing things and making new things, so I'm really excited. And I have lots and lots of really, really cute stitch markers to be made up to go in my shop as well. So I'm so excited to get those made and put in my shop. I'm loving my shop, by the way. I just think it's really pretty. Maybe I shouldn't think that. I do. And I just want to thank everybody for all your support. You're just the wonderfulest crew ever. So I think we're just about coming to the end. Oh, I forgot to say, with this yarn prize also comes a gorgeous Famous 5 postcard. Oops, this is my one. But your one comes all sweetly packaged up in the brown paper bag. And you'll also get 2 little eggs and a gorgeous tea bag. I've already drunk mine and eaten the eggs long, long ago. And the tea was delicious, by the way. So that will come with the yarn. Right, what have I got to say? Okay, I've spoken about Ireland. Well, I kind of touched on it. We did have a lovely time. We were so lucky with the weather, and we had a really good time. Just Pete and I. And sometimes I think you forget, you get wound up in everyday life, and you forget how to just have fun together like you used to. And we did have such a giggle. We always do when we go away together. And I think the highlight of my trip was doing a brewery tour and having a pint of beer. It felt so funny. I can never drink a whole pint, but it was so fun. We did enjoy that. Anyway, Pete finished off my beer. It was delicious though. It was Smithwick's, and we heard all about the history of the brewery. It was really interesting. Anyway, video at the end. There's a little bit about Ireland, not a huge amount. And also, I don't know if anyone's interested in this, but I cleaned out and sorted my pantry. And I was so proud of it when I'd finished that I took a little video of it all neat and tidy. I didn't take one before, which I probably should have, but you'd have been shocked. Nah, you probably wouldn't have been shocked. Anyway, so it's all lovely and tidy. So I took a little video, and it's my only pink room of the house, which is lovely. And what else to say? Oh yes, I covered the shelves. When we first moved in about 8 years ago, I took the shelves out, unscrewed all the shelves, and I made kind of a bag or an envelope for each shelf to fit in with oilcloth fabric and stapled the back so you couldn't see the seam. And they're so good because they're wiped clean. I don't know if I even kind of zoomed in on anything like that in the video, but yeah, I'd recommend doing that for pantries if anyone's got one and like to. So there's a little video of my pantry. Zoom forward if you're not interested. And I think there's possibly a maple walk as well, but I haven't taken any recently, but I seem to remember I did take a video a while back, so there could be a maple walk, hopefully. Anyway, I think that's everything for today. It's really nice to be back. I never mean to leave it quite so long, but I think it's just my pattern of podcasting. The sun's just gone in, cheeky sun. Anyway, I shall see you all soon. Have a lovely, crafty, happy, healthy time until I see you next.